Hello, Aunt Richard's humans.
Hi.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, welcome Ann Richard's family. My name is Miss Martinez. I teach middle school art, and I am going to be explaining to you guys our summer inquiry project. This year, we want everyone in our community to participate. So this means students, teachers, staff, faculty, parents, anybody that is a part of our Ann Richards community. We want you to be involved this summer with reading and creating with us. Students, you have all of the information you need in your blend page. Everyone else, you might not have access to a blend page. That's okay, because I'm going to show you the basics that you need to know in order to participate with us this summer. So we are going to grapple with the question,
What is beautiful but underappreciated?
Our goal: to compile a bunch of positive, conversation-starting, and interesting projects that shine a light on the beautiful in a time of uncertainty.
So for this summer inquiry project, you have from right now up until school starts in the fall. The first thing you are going to do is pick a book to read. We have a list of suggested books for you to read. You can read a book that you have at home. You can also look in the Austin Public Library and in Mac and Via. These are online platforms that have books for free. But again, you can use books that you have at home. Get creative. It is your job to reach into the book and find places that reveal ideas about what is beautiful. So the book you choose doesn't necessarily have to be about beauty. In reality, you can use any book for this project as long as you find a way to answer this question. The next thing we want you to do is we want you to create an inquiry journal. This journal can be physical, like this, or it can be digital. It's up to you. But we want this journal to be with you from the very start of this project all the way up until the end. This is where you're going to document any ideas, any brainstorming, any reflections. This is where you're just going to dump everything. As you read, you're going to reflect into this inquiry journal.
What are some concrete examples of beauty found in the book you read? How do you think the author or protagonist would define beauty? How is society's assumption about beauty reflected in the book? What is the purpose of beauty? What have I heard said about beauty that reminds me of some of the ideas that beauty shared in the book I read? What qualities, conditions, or circumstances make it possible for someone to recognize beauty? What makes beauty possible in our world?
After you have finished reading your book, you are going to create a one-pager.
A one-pager is a single-page response that shows your understanding of a piece of text you have read. While completing a one-pager, you will create an individual, unique representation of your understanding of the text as it relates to the inquiry question. You want to identify the ideas brought forth from your responses in your journal that you would like to share on your one-pager. For each idea on your one-pager, write one quotation from the book that conveys how one of the characters and/or the author would answer our question. Consider the quotation you include to be proof of your thinking. Use 3 visual images to create a focus for your page. The visual images can be based on a part of one of your ideas and/or an important quotation or a central image that represents your book. Put a symbolic border or image around the edges of the page.
Next, you are going to do your creative response. You're going to create a response inspired by an idea or an object that maybe you find beautiful, but other people might underappreciate. So you might want to start thinking and considering what everyone thinks is beautiful. So this challenge is inspired by the Japanese concept of wabi-sabi.
Wabi-sabi focuses on these 3 things: the imperfect, the impermanent, and the incomplete.
Spend some time getting inspired and finding inspiration. You can find this inspiration to the visual arts, theatrical arts, film, science, anything that you can think of. And if you really want to be using that inquiry journal, as you're trying to find inspiration, if you get an idea, write it down. If your idea changes, that's okay. Leave it in there, let it exist, and then just move on to your next idea. That's a lot of things that I just talked about. But I want us to kind of stop now. How can you use your reading, reflections, responses, and inspiration to go back to that question we talked about at the very beginning and then create something to answer that question? After all of this, you might have ideas that pop up that you think are maybe too crazy, too weird, or too impossible. My suggestion is write those ideas down. And even though you might not get to finish them or do them as well as you would like to, try them out. I can guarantee you that you will learn so much from those ideas that you thought were too crazy or too weird. Finally, you are going to be creating an artist statement. In this artist statement, you will tell your viewer or your audience what you were thinking as you were creating your artwork. Some of you guys will do painting, some of you will do film, some of you will do a science experiment. In the fall, we will be collecting everyone's creations, artist statements, and one-pagers. These will all be put into a time capsule that will be a part of the new school building.
Now go make something imperfect, and know it will be perfect.
Goodbye. I hope you have a great summer.
Wishing everyone in our ARS family a safe and productive summer, and we can't wait to see you all again in the near future.
Remember, life is a messy, imperfect, and beautiful journey. Enjoy it.